Welcome, I'm BB7 and today we're diving into the epic world of ancient siege weapons. These machines weren't just tools of war, they were marvels of human ingenuity, built to shatter the mightiest fortresses. Picture towering walls, relentless armies, and the thunder of siege engines changing the fate of empires. From battering rams to catapults, these inventions forced new strategies and shaped history. We'll explore their mechanics, their impact, and the minds behind them. Let's journey back and witness the dramatic sieges that defined the ancient world. Our first siege engine, a cornerstone of ancient warfare, is the iconic battering ram. For centuries it has stood as a symbol of siege warfare, a symbol of brute force, relentless determination, and the will to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. It represents the direct approach to warfare. At its core, it was a massive log, often the trunk of a large tree, swung with coordinated effort by soldiers to smash through gates and walls, a testament to human strength and teamwork. The relentless pounding was terrifying for defenders, a psychological weapon as much as a physical one, signaling that surrender or destruction was near and the inevitable collapse of their defenses. Early rams were simple, often just a log carried by hand. But the Assyrians revolutionized them, transforming them into complex war machines. They equipped them with wheeled frames for mobility and protective roofs, shielding crews from arrows, fire, and other projectiles launched from the walls above. These tortoise rams crept forward, slow but inexorable, under a hail of missiles, a constant barrage designed to break the siege, their crews sweating as they hammered at the defenses, each impact bringing them closer to victory or defeat. The goal breached the wall, create an opening for the attacking forces. Before supplies ran out, reinforcements arrived or the ram was destroyed by the defenders. Defenders fought back with hanging barriers, grappling hooks, fire, and even boiling liquids, desperately trying to halt the advance of the relentless machine and its determined crew. Sometimes they'd even launch sorties, risking everything in a desperate attempt to destroy the ram up close, engaging in fierce hand-to-hand combat. The battering ram forced cities to rethink their defenses, prompting innovations in fortification. Walls alone were no longer enough. Height and thickness were crucial, but so were flanking towers and other defensive measures. Its presence meant a siege could turn at any moment into a brutal, direct assault, a desperate struggle for survival at any moment. From Mesopotamia to Rome and across countless other civilizations, the ram was a constant threat, a symbol of impending doom for those behind the walls. Driving innovation on both sides, attackers and defenders constantly seeking an edge. It was more than a weapon, it was a symbol of power. It was a test of endurance, willpower, and the ability to withstand immense pressure. The thud of the ram echoed through history, a sound that instilled fear and signaled the beginning of the end, marking the fall of countless cities and the reshaping of empires. Its legacy, relentless force, a direct and brutal approach to warfare, and the human drive to overcome any obstacle, no matter how formidable. The battering ram changed siege warfare forever, ushering in a new era of offensive capabilities, making every wall a challenge to be broken, a puzzle to be solved through brute force and ingenuity. It was the ultimate tool, a symbol of offensive power, for those determined to conquer, to break down barriers and claim victory. The arms race between attackers and defenders began here, with each innovation prompting a counter-innovation. Every new ram inspired new defenses, leading to thicker walls, deeper moats, and more elaborate fortifications. And new ways to break them, pushing the boundaries of engineering and military strategy. The battering ram story is one of adaptation, a constant evolution in response to changing defensive strategies, resilience, and the raw power of ancient engineering, a testament to human ingenuity. Few machines are as synonymous with siege warfare, as deeply ingrained in our collective imagination as this beast of war, this symbol of relentless assault and the will to conquer. Next, we turn our attention to the trebuchet, a true masterpiece of medieval engineering, showcasing ingenuity and power. It hurled devastation from afar, raining destruction upon enemy fortifications. Unlike the battering ram, which relied on brute force, the trebuchet used the principles of gravity and leverage. This allowed it to launch massive stones with terrifying accuracy over castle walls, Its ingenious counterweight system, a testament to medieval understanding of physics, allowed for incredible power and impressive range, making it a formidable weapon on any battlefield. In essence, it was the heavy artillery of its age, capable of changing the course of sieges. Trebuchets could smash through walls with relative ease, demolish buildings within the castle grounds, creating chaos and disarray, and even launch disease-ridden projectiles, a grim tactic designed to terrorize defenders and weaken their resolve. Their extended range often kept them safe from the defenders' return fire, letting them pound enemy fortifications relentlessly, weakening them over time. Building a trebuchet was no small feat, requiring tons of timber, carefully selected and prepared, skilled labor from carpenters and engineers, and precise calculations to ensure its effectiveness and structural integrity. Crews worked in perfect unison, a well-oiled machine of destruction to carefully load the projectile, precisely aim the weapon, and unleash its devastating fire. In doing so, they were turning siege warfare into a science, a calculated game of destruction. The rise of the trebuchet forced castle builders to construct walls that were even thicker and taller, sparking a new era in defensive architecture, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Earlier traction trebuchets, powered by teams of men pulling ropes in unison, paved the way for the more powerful and efficient counterweight versions that would dominate battlefields. The underlying principle was deceptively simple: use a lever and sling to hurl destruction across vast distances. However, the result was anything but simple. It was a force to be reckoned with. These incredible machines could reduce even the strongest castles to rubble, leaving nothing but ruins in their wake. The trebuchet was often called the Sky Darkener, a name that reflected its ability feared wherever it appeared, a symbol of impending doom. Its lasting legacy is the relentless escalation of siege technology, a constant arms race between offense and defense. For centuries, the trebuchet reigned supreme, the undisputed king of siege engines. Now let's delve into the world of the ballista, a formidable weapon of ancient times. A giant crossbow, the ballista brought a new level of precision and destructive power to the battlefield, changing the landscape of ancient warfare. Its immense power was derived from twisted sinew, meticulously crafted and ingeniously designed. This ingenious mechanism allowed it to launch heavy bolts or stones with devastating force. These projectiles were delivered with deadly accuracy, making the ballista a terror on the battlefield. The ballista was, in essence, the sniper of ancient warfare, capable of eliminating key targets with calculated precision. It was able to pick off defenders from afar, sowing chaos and disrupting enemy strategies. The ballista could also smash light fortifications, weakening enemy defenses and creating breaches for attacking forces. Smaller, more agile versions were mobile and proved incredibly deadly against troops in the field. Larger ballistae, on the other hand, could pierce shields, armor, and even walls, demonstrating their incredible power and versatility. Roman legions, renowned for their military prowess, perfected the use of the ballista. They understood its potential and deployed them in batteries, maximizing their impact on the battlefield. These batteries were used to suppress defenders, keeping them pinned down, and to target enemy siege engines, neutralizing their offensive capabilities. Even on ships, ballistae proved their worth, devastating enemy crews from afar and turning the tide of naval engagements. The sheer accuracy of the ballista forced defenders to stay low, seeking cover from the relentless barrage. This constant threat made any exposed position incredibly dangerous, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. The ballista's engineering was remarkably sophisticated for its time. It showcased a deep understanding of physics, harnessing torsion to generate immense power and achieve unparalleled precision. Detailed manuals outlined their construction, providing instructions for building and maintaining these complex machines. These manuals highlight their importance in Roman military doctrine, solidifying their place as a crucial component of Roman military strategy. The psychological impact of the ballista on the battlefield was immense. Defenders lived in constant fear, never knowing when a deadly bolt would strike, creating an atmosphere of anxiety and dread. While perhaps less visually dramatic than a trebuchet, with its towering presence and massive projectiles, the ballista's relentless and accurate fire made it an indispensable asset in any siege or battle. Its influence lived on, shaping the design and capabilities of later crossbow designs that would dominate medieval battlefields. The ballista stands as a testament to the ingenuity and innovation of ancient engineers and military strategists. It was a remarkable achievement, seamlessly blending raw force with pinpoint accuracy. The ballista fundamentally changed the dynamics of both siege warfare and open field battles, leaving a lasting impact on military tactics. In the hands of skilled and well-trained crews, the ballista became an instrument of unparalleled destruction. It was a weapon to be feared, capable of turning the tide of battle and leaving a lasting impression on all who faced its might. When walls couldn't be breached, armies turned to siege towers, mobile fortresses built to deliver troops onto the battlements. These towering structures, often as tall as the walls themselves, rolled forward under fire, protected by hides or metal plates. At the top, a drawbridge would drop, unleashing soldiers directly onto the ramparts. Archers and javelin throwers inside provided covering fire as the assault force prepared to storm the walls. Building and moving a siege tower was risky. Defenders tried to burn, topple, or block them at every turn, but a successful tower assault could overwhelm defenders and open the gates from within. The psychological impact was huge. Seeing a tower reach your walls meant close combat was imminent. Used by Assyrians, Greeks, and Romans, siege towers were feats of engineering and determination. They embodied the attacker's resolve to go over, not just through, any obstacle. Meet the Onager, a Roman catapult named for its wild, kicking recoil. Powered by twisted ropes, it hurled stones in high arcs to batter walls or rain destruction inside cities. Its single arm, when released, slammed forward, launching projectiles with a violent jolt. Onagers fired stones, incendiaries, or even clay pots filled with nasty surprises. Crews needed skill to wind, aim, and fire these machines effectively. The Romans valued the Onager for its mobility and power, making it a staple of their siege arsenal. Its high trajectory allowed indirect fire, hitting targets hidden behind defenses. The Onager's kick was legendary. Machines had to be braced to withstand the shock. It bridged the gap between early catapults and the later trebuchet, serving for centuries. The Onager was a workhorse of conquest, feared for its unpredictable, smashing power. Enter the Helepolis, the taker of cities, the largest siege tower ever built. Demetrius Poliorcetes' Helepolis at Rhodes was a 9-story ironclad behemoth, bristling with artillery on every level. Thousands of men pushed this rolling fortress, which housed catapults, ballistae, and archers, unleashing devastation from above. Its construction was a feat of logistics and ambition, requiring immense resources and coordination. The Rhodians fought back fiercely, eventually bogging down the Helepolis and saving their city. Though it failed to take Rhodes, the Helepolis became a legend, a symbol of the extremes of ancient siege engineering. It showed what was possible with determination and technology, even if practicality sometimes lost out to ambition. The Helepolis was more than a weapon. It was a statement of power and psychological warfare. Its story endures as a monument to ancient ingenuity and audacity. Finally, Greek fire. A weapon so terrifying its formula was a state secret. Used by the Byzantines, this incendiary liquid could burn on water, devastating ships and siege engines alike. Siphons mounted on ships or handheld projectors spewed streams of fire, engulfing enemies in inextinguishable flames. Clay grenades filled with Greek fire added to the terror, igniting on impact. The psychological impact was immense. Foes would rather leap into the sea than face the flames. Its exact composition remains a mystery, but its effectiveness was legendary. Greek fire gave Byzantium a crucial edge, turning the tide in many battles. It stands as an early, fearsome form of chemical warfare, an ancient precursor to the flamethrower. Ancient siege weapons were more than machines, they were turning points in history. From rams to Greek fire, each invention forced new defenses and new tactics. Their legacy shaped warfare for centuries, blending engineering, strategy, and raw determination. These marvels reveal the creativity and ambition of the societies that built them. Thanks for joining this journey through the armories of the ancient world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share which siege weapon